All right, y'all. It's nice to have y'all in here. My name is Ethan. I'm going to be your counselor for the next couple of sessions. Um, so yeah, just welcome into couples counseling. As a student counselor, there are some things regarding confidentiality that I want to address just head on. So if there are any questions or concerns, we can address those now. Being a student counselor, I have a supervisor that is interested in seeing how I'm developing as a counselor. So they're going to be observing my personal skills, not evaluating how y'all are. They're strictly focusing on how my counseling techniques are kind of flowing into session, making sure that I'm the best counselor possible.
Okay.
So we're comfortable with that?
Yes.
And I'll make sure that I'll get a full written consent form from you before y'all leave.
Okay.
That sounds good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So before we get into the nitty gritty of things, I just want to kind of introduce yourselves, who you are, and then kind of introduce yourselves as like a couple.
Okay. I'm Kayende.
I'm Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been together for about 3 years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 3 years. One
Okay. How did y'all meet?
The way we met was me and my friends were having a adult field day,
Mm-hmm.
and at the time her best friend was dating one of my close friends, and she came along with her friend Alexis. So we saw each other, spoke a little bit. She eventually came to the after party, and we talked for a little while. I got her number, and then the rest is history.
I love that. That's beautiful. I just kind of just in that story, I see that amazing chemistry that y'all have. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
I love the way he tells that story too.
I love it. I love it. So again, thank y'all for coming in. So the way the session is gonna work, I'm gonna gather some like information from you guys, kind of about your past, a little bit of like how like relationships have worked out for you in your previous situations, attachments, things to do with like your family and your upbringing and stuff like that. Of course, if there's anything that's like too sensitive, we can put a pin in it and come back around when like if you ever feel more comfortable sharing that stuff, or if it's just like a hard boundary that you don't want to get into, just vocalize that and we can go to the next thing.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this one is a kind of broad, and whoever wants to go first can go first. What was it like growing up, and who was in your family unit?
So growing up, it was my mom, my dad, and me and my two sisters. So I'm a twin, and then I have a younger sister.
Okay.
For me, it was me, my mom, my dad, and my little brother and my older brother. And sometimes my older sister will come and stay with us, but she's my dad's daughter before my mom.
Gotcha.
Big old family dynamic.
Okay. Got you. So big family dynamics. Both y'all have siblings.
Mm-hmm.
How was that growing up?
We're both middle children.
Yeah. Oh wow!
So
interesting.
You can imagine.
That's a very interesting experience for y'all to bond on.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Both middle children.
Yeah.
And because we consider like birth placement kind of important in how you develop and how you mature. Mm-hmm. How did that middle child syndrome does that come up for y'all at all or?
Yeah, for me especially because my younger brother is only 2 years younger than me, so like even though I am older, we're kind of like the same like age range for like mostly like going to camps and stuff like that. And then having an older brother who is so much older than me and him, it's kind of like I get caught between like I want to like do older things with older people, but then also like I have like my age range of people that like I want to bond with, and it's kind of like a tug and pull because like they're just so different. Like my little brother and older brother, completely ends of the spectrum. So like I feel like I have to be a lot of things in order to like fit in the spaces with certain people.
Lots of personal adjustment that you have to go through.
Yeah.
Interesting. How big is the age difference between you and your older brother?
We are 6 years.
Oh, okay.
So like he was always like nowhere near us in like school age range or nothing like that. So like by the time it was time to go to college, I was just getting middle school. So like yeah, but yeah, I mean even then still like we still tried to hang out as much as we could. So like that's where that like want to like be around people like him because like I look up to my older brother, so like it's like I always try to find like people out in the community like that are like a little bit older than me,
Right.
But like also it's like they're different spaces of life, so it's like it's kind of weird like hanging with them and then come back to my age group with like I'm trying to figure everything out. Yeah.
Oh wow! Thank you for sharing.
How was being a middle child for me?
Yeah.
It was interesting because like I said, I'm a twin. So me and my sister were the same age, and then our younger sister, she's a year and 2 days younger than us. So we're like we were very close in age, and so it was weird being the middle child because oftentimes we were just really close. But I feel like I had to take on the role of like oldest a lot, which is interesting because I'm also second born. But I was like often the one that was looked to have like the responsibility and like manage things between my sisters. So I always felt like I was like basically like the third parent in a lot of sense of it. So that was a lot to carry as a kid. But, yeah. Now we're much better in terms of like how we manage like our relationship and where we feel like we fall, and we're much closer for it. So.
Okay. Interesting. It's interesting seeing how y'all both like navigate these roles that not so much that you fell into, that you've kind of been like that idea has been put onto you.
Yeah.
Like you having the idea of like being having a dual identity where you want to kind of stay in your own age bracket, but because of your experiences, you kind of gravitate towards older people that you kind of that relate to you, like your brother and situations like that. And then UK going into like being like being adultified and having to carry that role along with your parents, and then of course managing your other siblings.
Yeah,
it's very interesting seeing how that plays out for the both of y'all. How did you get along with your parents in early childhood?
In early childhood, I can truly say that like you know how you have that like idea of like what like family and like having fun and like just like that like over the top like we do this as a family and like we like go fishing, come to the baseball games, all this stuff. Like early on, like and even like my dad being such like a handyman because like he can do a lot of things with his hands, like he can fix anything. As a kid, like I really thought like my daddy, like if the house fell apart all the way, my daddy
he could put it back together.
So like early childhood, like having that like innocence of like we just have fun and like my dad can do anything. Like I really thought my dad was a superhero. Like as like an early childhood, like it was fun. Like we did a lot. Went on family vacations, family reunions. Like so, early childhood was great.
I heard you mention your dad. Your mom, how did that relationship play out?
My mom, she was just like she was the backbone. Like whenever like you needed something, couldn't find something, she always magically just go right to it. And she was very much the nurturer. Like my dad was like the teacher and the disciplinary.
Right.
And my mom was really the nurturer. Like I'm a mama's boy. Like I was always up under my mama. We used to watch Good Times. Early age, like I used to make her stay on Fridays and Saturdays just so we could watch Good Times together. So like she was more so like the fun, as in like relatable to you type of parent. So like sometimes she'd even play my video game with me. She don't know what she's doing, but I'm having just the funnest of time. So like my dad was more so like the sports discipline, teach you how to be a respectful young boy, and then my mom was more so like the just come to me and we can do whatever, because I just want to see you happy type of parent. So
early childhood was interesting for me. So my dad, he's an immigrant. He's from Nigeria, and so I think like as a child, like looking back, I realized that they were still like playing out those dynamics of like what their roles would look like in the context of like their cultures and like the gender roles and like how they wanted that to play out. So I feel like I realized early on, okay, my mom's the one I'm gonna like rely on more.
Right.
And so like me and my sisters were always like just really really close with our mom. And my dad, he was more of like the strict,
Mm-hmm.
like this is the rules. And we had fun with him sometimes. Like he enjoyed soccer, so like we
Right.
play soccer with him and things like that. But I kind of realized their roles early on. Like my mom was a nurturer. Now that's not to say she didn't play. Like
Right.
she was real strict, but
Uh-huh.
we still had fun with her, and she was a nurturer. But my dad was like the one with the rules and like
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So yeah.
Gotcha. And how did that relationship evolve as you got older?
I think I continue to like favor like hanging out with my mom or like being
Mm-hmm.
around my mom. Um, and she was really like our primary caretaker.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like my dad was present, but I don't know if he knew how to like emotionally be present for us like as girls.
Mm.
And so that was interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Same question to you.
For me, as I grew up, my mom definitely became more so like the person I gravitated towards.
Mm-hmm.
Because my dad, he had trouble with addiction, so like that kind of drove a wedge between all of us and my
Mm-hmm.
dad at certain points. And like my mom, she was just again, she was that rock, she was that
Mm-hmm.
steady constant in our life. So like she sometimes had to assume the role of both, but like having three boys, it kind of pushed you to like want to like be more independent and
Mm-hmm.
be more like you know more strong for her in those moments. So like it definitely made me grow up kind of fast because with that wedge between us and my dad, it really affected my older brother a lot. So like I was the one at that point in time as we got older. I'm making sure that my little brother's straight. I'm making sure that things at the house are cool while he's out
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out his emotions. So like it definitely forced me to like grow up, but also at the same time, it grew my bond stronger with my brothers because
Mm-hmm.
like it was like just us and my mom at certain points. So like even now, like me and my dad are cool. My mom and dad are still together. Everybody doing their thing, but it definitely like you know leaves a bit of wanting. But as I got older, you just know that life happened and things happen, and you try to stay as strong as you can and bond it towards one another. So it was hard, but we got through it.
Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever feel rejected or threatened by your parents at all?
Mm, yes. Um, like I said, my dad was very strict. I think a lot of his ideals were again rooted in culture, and so like education was very important. Minding your parents, being disciplined, things like that were very important to him, and so I found myself falling into a lot of like people pleasing
Mm-hmm.
early on. And so when I was not doing something that was like pleasing to him, or if I got a bad grade at school, or like I acted out or did something that children typically
Mm-hmm.
do, I felt rejected because I felt I didn't like getting in trouble as a kid.
Right.
And so that was always hard for me to receive. So it was more so from my dad than my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom always had a good balance of like discipline but still nurturing, so I never felt like this will be the reason like she doesn't
Right.
like she's mad at me or she'll never want to talk to me, something to that extreme. It was always like I'll be disciplined, but like I know my mom still loves me, where it took a lot of like it would have taken a lot of reassurance for me to feel that same thing from my father.
For me, I did definitely rejected, but never threatened. Because like having to like grow up and like be a protector for my little brother, like I wasn't scared at like a young age of
Mm-hmm.
like anything when it came to like me being okay and like I felt like I have to like be okay so my little brother, my mom can be okay. So like threatened, that was like never a thing. But rejected for sure because I just never understood why my dad chose well, it felt like chose the addiction over us. It made me feel not good enough, not worthy enough to have that steady father in my life that like I can 100% depend on. Like as soon as I call, I know you're gonna be there. Like because there was times or weeks, months where didn't know where you were at all. So um, that definitely was a huge hurdle to get over. Still every day as we try to repair our relationship, try to like etch that out of my not memory because like it's just something you're never gonna forget, but like etch it out of my trust bank with him. Like not still hold that to what he is right now for me. So, yeah.
To that point of the idea of not so much etching it out of your memory, but acknowledging that there was an effect and kind of understanding where y'all stand now. Did any of those do any of those experiences feel like they're still very much alive at this point? Like, do they manifest at all for you?
Yeah. Uh, it actually did pretty recently when I did my test to get my RBT license. Like, I will be certified and um, like